Hi, everybody. Miriam's not here yet. She will be here shortly. Anyway, I'm Chris. I'm one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the little bell icon. It should give you updates when we go live, like when we're streaming the PhD Summit or when we are doing our Monday morning live stream or our Tuesday night live stream. Let's see. Ghost Rainbow had a question, said, is Guava Grapefruit also discontinued? So let me pull up. Is that working? Is that working? Yes, it is. Okay, so Guava Grapefruit. It does have this little note there that says, please note that this flavor has limited availability and will not be restocked once it is sold out. So there you go. It is a only available for its limited time. It was a limited edition, and once it was sold out, it's sold out. Carrie's here. Ready Set Keto says 12 minutes, caffeine free. Nice. Well, it looks like Ready Set Keto only has 2 days left of their challenge, and then they're going to take a creamy for a walk. Where are you going to go with it? That's weird. Margie's here. Gina says, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday Fun Day. We're looking forward. This week is going to be pretty cool. Miriam and I are going to the Ketopalooza in Kentucky. I've been working on my pronunciation of that. I think I almost have it down right. And we also have some of our team. If you saw the video of Lisa's journey, Lisa had bariatric surgery, and Miriam interviewed her talking about how and why she uses Keto Chow and the great vitamins and everything like that you get in Keto Chow. Lisa is going to be going with Holly, and they're going to be going to the Obesity Help Conference, which is in Santa Rosa, California. It's in California. Anyway, so they'll be going to that, and Miriam and I will be going to and it's actually the first time that we're going to have two conventions going on at the same time, which is really interesting because we're having to figure out how to split everything up. It's like going through a messy divorce and who gets the kids. Anyway, let's see. Kathy says, good morning. Yeah, Carrie says, just Chris and no Miriam. Miriam says, good morning. I'm on the way. Yep. And yeah, Carrie points out that Two Crazy Ketos is still going. Yeah, they're just finishing up. Chrissy says, good morning, Keto Chow fam. Shauna is here. I was actually talking about you, Shauna. I was like, wait, didn't we have Shauna last time we went to And they said yes. So yeah, I had forgotten that we had Holly and Steve, Miriam, me, Shauna, and Lynette. And we fit, well, now Holly and Steve took a different car, and the rest of us went in a minivan, and it was hard to get all of those suitcases to and from the airport. And it's like a 2-hour drive because we're flying into Cincinnati, and then we're driving from there, because if we wanted a flight from Salt Lake to there would usually be a 1.5 hour to 2 hour layover anyway. And so we figure, why not just drive it? It's a direct flight to Cincinnati. A lot easier that way. Anyway, Sheila says, good morning, everyone. Roz is here. Christy is here as well. I think I already read those. Platte River Keto says, happy fall, y'all. Yeah, I was looking at the backgrounds, and I'm like, oh, I've got a falling leaf one. Why don't I throw up the green screen, and we'll have some fun, right? Let's see. Dennis says, hey, Chris. Lynette says, good morning, my friends. I hope you all are having a fantastic Monday morning. Speaking of fall, so last night for dinner, not meal plans, recipes. There we go. If I do a search for sausage, I did a double batch of the pumpkin sausage soup, this stuff. Ooh. If you haven't made this soup yet, It is the perfect thing to do with the Keto Chow pumpkin spice caramel. Um, there's a lot of sausage. There's some onions, garlic, some jalapeno peppers. That's optional. Poblano peppers, which aren't very hot. Chili powder, cumin, cayenne pepper, which is optional. I think I need to put optional in those. Anyway, can of diced tomatoes, pumpkin puree, some canned green chilies, chicken broth that you mix up with the pumpkin spice caramel and then dump in, half cup of heavy cream, and 8 ounces of cream cheese. Freaking amazing. I made a double batch, so it was 4 pounds of the sausage. And yeah, it was great. We ate about half of it, and the remainder I put into individual little bowls that were 1 ladle full each. And they are thinking about what they've done in the freezer. And I expect that once our 16-year-old gets to them today, that half of them will be gone because he likes that soup like it's going out of style. Let's see. Yeah, Shauna says, it was so fun, except for when I injured myself. Yeah. She ran into a table. Let's see. Miriam Bear says, check your mic. My microphone is good. It's working just great. Let's see. Lori is here. Marcia says, Chris, have a question. Can Keto Chow have any ingredient? Does it have any ingredients that can cause inflammation? So some people are sensitive to dairy. Some people are not sensitive to dairy, and it's just fine. Some people do fine with Keto Chow with heavy cream. For some people, that's too much dairy, but they do just great with Keto Chow and butter as the fat source, or avocado oil. So I don't know, when I did like the 100 days of Keto Chow, I didn't have any inflammation problems unless I was using a polyunsaturated seed oil, and then I had issues with inflammation. Otherwise, I didn't have any problems at all. Red wine's here from Chateau, Oklahoma. Wow. Carol's here, the Colorado Keto Lady. It has been a minute. MG says, no coffee today. Doing an experiment to see if it is causing my joint pain. That's an interesting experiment to do. I do know a lot of people who really like coffee and have found that it causes them problems. And it's one of those things you don't notice that it's causing you issues until you stop, which is one of the reasons why Joe and Rachel are such big advocates of the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, eliminating everything else and then slowly introducing stuff to see if you start to have problems when you reintroduce stuff. But you're reintroducing things one at a time. Weather's Wendy's here. Carlos says good morning. Holly says Costa Mesa. There you go. So if you're in California and you want to see Holly, yeah, Holly says, I get the kids. And Lynette, thankfully, she put up the interview with Lisa. Nice. Oh, Shauna says Santa Rosa is an hour from me, but we'll be in Keto Palooza, right? Joe and Rachel did say on their live stream this morning, I'm sure all of you saw it, but Joe and Rachel mentioned that they can't leave for Keto Palooza, they're driving until Wednesday, which is right about when the hurricane is supposed to be messing everything up. So as Rachel said, that they'll be there unless the creek rises or something to that effect. Anyway, let's see. Platte River says, it's not that hard to say. I'm probably saying it wrong. There you go, J-Dog. Krista says, Louisville. That's how the locals say it. Pat Brown is here from Maryland. Susan B. says, good morning. Van says, it's raining again in New York. Gary says, pumpkin sausage soup is the best. Yes, it's fantastic. Holly says, did you bring leftovers? No, I put 2 New York strip steaks into the sous vide today. So I don't know if Miriam wants one of them. I have a problem because I need to put them in right when I get to work if I want them to go. But I don't know if she wants to eat one. And unless I remember to ask Miriam, do you want a steak? Then I don't know whether she wants one or not. So anyway, but there's 2 in there. Annabelle says, morning, Chris. It's 1 a.m. 1:20 Tuesday morning. There you go. Jen says, pumpkin spice caramel keto chow was created just for the pumpkin sausage soup. Just about. Kara says, jalapenos are not optional. I know people that that don't like it that spicy, and so for them, they would leave it out. Betsy says, did I miss it? Where's Miriam? She is on her way in. Ready to say Keo says, Louisville is how it's pronounced. You guys are going to be in Louisville, right? Because I say it Louisville. Jujubee says, good morning, my pumpkin spice keto chow is on its way. Nice. Blaine is here. Says, greetings, keto warriors. I hope everyone is well. Yeah, Holly says a bed frame. I thought, was it a bed frame? I thought it was a sofa. Maybe it was a bed frame. Carrie Brown says, yoo! Miriam's not here yet, Carrie. You just have to deal with me. Sheila says, no, Shelda. Almost got it wrong. I did get it wrong. Good morning, doing beef butter, bacon, and eggs challenge with Joe and Rachel, but I missed my keto chow shakes. My pumpkin spice caramel has arrived, and I can't try it yet. Counting the days until I have my shakes again. Well, it'll be fantastic once you open it up. Mike is here, older Pennsylvania, says, happy Monday, all my dears. Don says, late to the party. Hello, can only ear hustle today because I'm driving. Where's beautiful Miriam? She's not here yet. Can't wait to see you all this weekend. Although Dawn's progress pics got put up on Keto Beyond the Couch this morning. Fantastic. Wow, you've come a long way. This is awesome. Platte River Keto says, I'm excited to try the soup. Bought 2 packets of the pumpkin spice to make sure I liked it. Loved it and ordered a big bag. When my big bag shows up, I'm totally making the soup. The soup is fantastic. Well, normally I like to run it in the crock pot, but instead I made it when we got home from church and just had it in a giant stock pot that was on the stove. It's like that big. It was huge. I have no idea what size that is. I should look it up. Anyway, woo, focus. Anyway, so yeah, I completely filled that up. Let it go. It was simmering. It was great. Miriam's here, but I can hear myself. It's weird. Anyway, Annabelle says, hi, Lynette. Let's see. Bob is here. Yesterday was my 70th birthday. Miriam, we're going to sing to Bob.
Okay, I'm coming.
She's coming. So is Christmas.
Sorry. I forgot my watch. I had to go back home and get
we
it.
were actually supposed to do a video shoot at home today, but one of the guys isn't here, and so it got rescheduled.
Yes.
So, okay. Are you ready? We're singing to Bob, and I'm turning that off so it doesn't kill our bandwidth. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you. Your hair is very dark today.
That's because I dyed it. And my hair always looks super weird against the green screen.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
I had it like this last week too.
Okay. Margie said, thanks, Chris, for responding. People say I'm unresponsive, but sometimes I am.
Sometimes you're unresponsive and sometimes you're not?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Carrie says I found out my body was really sensitive to coffee. That's why I stopped. Okay. What?
Just wanted to make sure I got the thing on correctly. Yeah, I got
You were having fun doing your water aerobics.
And then I'm like, oh, I forgot my watch and my ring.
Pamela says I'm doing beef butter, bacon, and eggs with 2KK. Looking ahead to Keto Chow again. My first thing to try after the challenge.
Nice.
John says I'm praying for safety for all in that hurricane path.
For sure, yeah.
Annabelle says I tried orange mango Keto Chow. Reminded me of mango fruche, a dessert in Australia.
Nice.
Made me so happy. Lots of happy memories.
Nice, that's happy.
Miriam, are you well?
I am.
Okay.
I had a good water aerobics. It was awesome.
So, Gernard says, what is the best fat to put on my shakes? Can I put whipping cream in?
So, if you're meaning whipping cream, not like Cool Whip whipping cream, then yes.
Yes.
We like to do butter. It takes a little bit more time to do because you have to melt the butter and then use warm water.
Yep.
But it's really good. It tastes yummy. It also brings the flavor out more.
Yes, it does.
Or an oil. You can use avocado oil. You can use heavy cream. Chris brought up right here.
Yes, our FAQ. Will whipping cream work?
Yep.
It will. So whipping cream is 30% fat, 31. Heavy whipping cream is 36. If you put 400 calories worth, which depends on how much you need, but just to give you a good comparison, whipping cream will have about 4 grams of carbs in 400 calories worth. Heavy whipping cream has about 3.3. So yeah, whipping cream doesn't actually work. Half and half, I would not recommend it because going back to here,
Do not recommend.
would not recommend. Half and half will have 13 because half and half is half whipping cream and half
milk.
Milk.
But you know what you can do if you want milk? You take your heavy cream and you put it in, then you put water in, and
Yes.
then it's magically milk.
Well, and I had a discussion about that with someone on our YouTube channel. They're like, hey, I don't want to use that much heavy cream. Can I just use milk? And I'm like, it's not a good idea to do that. Better would be to use a lot less heavy cream.
Yep.
They're like, oh, well, I don't want that much fat. I'm like, yeah, just don't use that much heavy cream. Use 2 tablespoons instead of 4. Yeah, just use less heavy cream. Don't use something with less fat in it. Use less fat. Ha ha! There you go. Blaine says cook both. She doesn't want it. More steak for Chris, right? Do you want a New York strip today?
Yeah,
Okay,
totally.
good.
I brought nothing.
Oh, well, I didn't know if you were eating or...
I was just happy I made it out the door. I'm actually not a late person, just so you know. I mean, everybody
Late.
on the live,
I heard lake.
late, I like lakes. I am not a person who is typically late to things, but I've chosen to make my health a priority, and I'm doing
Yep.
water aerobics on Monday, because that's when my class is going to end in a couple of weeks. So I'm
Yes.
going to stick it out, and then I won't be late anymore on Mondays.
Is that on the screen?
Yeah.
It's totally on the screen. It's a divot in the surface of the
Dang it.
monitor. Yeah, Ready Set Keto says, yes, we will be at Keto Palooza.
And then you can tell me I'm tall. There's a lot of tall people at Keto.
It is true. Carla says, please clarify magnesium info. Label says 81 milligrams, line graph below, and bottle says 200 milligrams. Also, potassium has different amount. It depends on the serving size.
It depends on the size.
So if you are looking at,
Thank you for asking that,
navigation.
though. It is a little confusing, so
Okay,
sorry
so we're
about
going to go
that.
here. Going to go to the magnesium.
There it is.
So the big bottle of magnesium, okay, this information here is for the dropper bottle one.
Okay.
The nutrition information that is on, which we should have them
Clarify
update the
that,
website.
yeah.
We should actually have both nutrition facts on here. This one is the nutrition facts are for a half of a teaspoon.
Tablespoon.
Whereas with the dropper bottle, each dropper is 1 milliliter. And so to make it easy, we put the supplement facts for the 1 dropper bottle. Whereas for this big guy and for the little guy, we're assuming that you're going to use
A teaspoon.
the cap, there it goes, the cap of this thing to measure. And so the nutrition facts are for that. It's 2.5 milliliters in a serving on the nutrition facts for these guys. And that's also what is reflected down here. So the amounts are milligrams per half teaspoon.
Yes.
So 2.5 droppers full gives you these amounts. Would have been the simple way to say it, but
Right.
I had to work my way around to that.
That's okay. It's a little bit confusing, and the thing is, like, we don't usually go by the dosage so much as how we feel.
Wow, we totally just pour it in
We
there.
just pour it in our
Yep.
drink, and then we go from there. And then I know if I had leg cramps, I'm like, I need some more.
I wonder if this got turned down. Hold on a second.
I don't know. What? Now I'm white face.
Yeah, I think somebody turned it down. That's why we're looking so dark. Now it's a little bit too bright. Anyway, Sandra says,
Fine.
love so many
Shows
ways to
your
use
gray
Keto
hair
Chow.
better.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it down a little. Not because of that, just because it's now too bright. I have the camera on a manual exposure, so it will get the same results every time. But if somebody tweaks the knob on that thing, then we don't get the same results. Jackie says, I'm debating on if I can keep a pumpkin spice keto chow cold from 4 a.m. in the morning till the next day when I'm off 96 of BB.
Do you have a vacuum flask?
Well, or a refrigerator is the easiest way to do it.
Or a refrigerator?
Or stick it in a cooler.
She's probably saying it because she doesn't have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could bring a cooler with big blocks of ice in there.
Yeah, be aware with the vacuum flasks. If you mix it up warm, put it in a vacuum
flask warm.
It will not get cold.
So if you want to put it in your vacuum flask warm, put it in your fridge with the lid open.
Well, even then, yeah.
I would make it cold and then put it in the vacuum flask.
Yes.
So put it in your blender bottle, in the fridge overnight, pour it into your vacuum flask. If you're worried, put a couple ice cubes in there.
That's right. Dr. Matreus is glad to catch part of the live. Too many meetings today.
Yeah.
Dennis has got all of the singing. Oh, wow, we're finally catching up to that. Chrissy says, happy birthday, Bob. There you go. J-Duck says, have you ever tried the pumpkin soup, but sub the apple pie? Wonder if chunks of chayote squash might work versus canned pumpkin. Maybe, I don't know.
You know what I did use the apple pie in? I made Maria Emmerich's
turning it down again.
Apple crisp recipe.
Yes.
This weekend, and I put apple pie keto chow in it, a little higher, a little higher.
I think so.
That's like the same as it was.
I think it is the same as it was before. Okay. Well,
yeah, I made
it,
and it was delicious, and I put apple pie keto chow into it too.
Okay. Vera says you need to sell the pumpkin spice and eggnog in a 55-gallon drum with a ladder so I can reach the bottom. Well, okay, this is a good question. We only have 2 sizes of keto chow.
Yep.
We have the individual packets, and then we have a good size of a bulk bag that if it gets damaged in shipping, doesn't cost too much to replace and is inexpensive to package so we can keep the cost down as low as possible. If we made a big, like a 5-gallon bucket size, if that got damaged in shipping, I would be so sad.
Right.
Plus, we can fit 4 of those into a large flat rate box.
Either.
Yeah. The sizes that we have, it's a conformable thing, so we can like really pack them well into boxes, and they just work really well. And so we only have the 2 sizes. We're not going to make a 3 meal or a 10 meal or a 20 meal or a 50 meal. Just the 21 meal bag and the single meal bag. It works really well for our shipping, and that way we can keep the cost down as low as possible because a lot of people use it for food.
It's like it's food.
It's like it's food. Margie says, Miriam, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, you are beautiful. Love the color of your hair. Oh, Jackie, her results so far is down 26.9 pounds and 32.5.
Jackie, you're killing it.
Although she didn't say it was down, I'm assuming it's down because I doubt you gained 32.5 inches.
Of muscle.
Your biceps would be amazing. Annabelle says, I whipped some cream and put it in the top of my keto chow and some low carb sprinkles. Very naughty.
Oh, delicious.
Kate doesn't like soup.
Yep.
So last night she made whipped chocolate keto chow cream. Pudding.
She made keto chow pudding.
Yeah.
Which is just heavy cream and keto chow.
And whipped it up.
In a blender.
Yep.
So that was happy for her to have for dinner while we were eating the most delicious soup.
Oh, so good.
I should have brought one of
Visual
those.
Keto is listening from the car. Jag says half and half is like the year 2020. Not recommended.
Yeah.
Christine says, good morning. When will raspberry cheesecake be available? Very good question.
I wish
Not
we knew.
sure.
I'm sorry.
It ran out, and we are still working on
Flavor.
The flavor didn't taste right.
Flavor.
So we're waiting for them to do a new batch of the
Flavor House.
The Flavor. GB says, I've run out of milk for the kids before, slowly weaning them off. But I totally have used heavy cream and water for recipes when needing. Yeah, absolutely.
I do that all the time.
Yep. Annabelle says, I had skin cancer removed on Wednesday. Keto Chow was awesome medicine.
Well, how are you feeling?
Annabelle says, I'm short as well. Not me. Annabelle is.
Annabella.
Dr.
You accidentally keep forgetting to put the A on the end.
You're right. Radical Geek says a 50-50 mix of heavy cream and water is a normal substitute for milk and baking recipes. See, there you go. It's less protein, though, maybe. Victoria says, somewhat silly question on myChow subscriptions. If you purchase at the end of the month, 29th, 30th, 31st, will you be charged and sent on the last day of the month in shorter months like February? Actually, yes. So if you say you ordered on the 31st, if there isn't a 31st that month, it moves it up to the 30th. And if there isn't a 30th, it moves it up to the 28th or the 29th. So yes, that is actually
Correct.
Blaine says, dropper bottle. Isn't that a pipette? It's close.
Funny you saw dropper bottle. I'm all diaper bottle. That's not a
Diaper
thing.
bottle. Rhiannon is here. Alan likes the fall background. Holly says, electrolytes. I just put some in all that I drink, but I don't measure.
Yep.
Rhiannon says, I love the following leaves. It's been a while since you had a fun new background. I know. Says Miriam doesn't like it with her hair.
It messes up my hair.
Holly says, put ice in your insulated flask. That also works really well. Also, put your blender ball in if it fits your flask.
Oh, yeah. And then you can shake it up with ice.
Shay says, I have a chocolate keto chow in the freezer creamy container. Nice. Oh, Dennis wanted to know how the gluten-free expo was in Sandy.
Oh.
Holly and Steve went. It's really interesting. They had, did you say 1,500 sample cups that you guys used, Holly?
I thought she said 3,000 something.
But there's you've got a lot of parents there who are with their kid, and their kid is allergic to gluten, and along with like all this other stuff. And the kids were very happy to try Keto Chow, and when they would find something that they liked, the parents would be like, okay, great, let's get the elite bundle. Or like Holly said that they sold a lot of those because when the parents found something that the kid liked, that was nutritious, that didn't have gluten, they went all in.
Nice.
We were not prepared for how that show went last year.
Yes, so Holly thought ahead and brought extra people, so that was good.
And then they still had to come back on, was it Friday, and mix more samples.
Did they? I didn't know that.
I read you the text message. Or maybe it was that they had to mix more up for Saturday because they thought they were making enough for Friday and Saturday. Either way, I'm sure she'll give you the debriefing. GT says, I love the new fall flavors. The pumpkin spice reminds me of the Dunkin' Donuts coffee I used to drink.
Yay.
And Blaine is having Lazy Engineer beef as beef stew today.
Oh,
I'll let you
that
know how it
sounds
works
good.
out. Awesome.
I want to have that.
I do have some here in a quart-sized Ziploc bag in the freezer.
I want the beef stew.
Oh, too bad. Pat says, I get the surprise package and want to get some extra packets. Should I contact customer service and have them pack them together? That probably could work. You would best way to do that would be to create another order and contact customer service and say, can you combine those? Holly says, Gluten-Free Expo was very good and busy. Holly says, 1,500 sample cups were used.
Oh, I was over-exaggerating.
Now, last year, you'll remember that halfway through the day, on the first day, Holly contacted us and can you bring me more sample cups?
Yeah, it works out good for us because then we can come over and you can run the booth while Holly and I wander around. Yeah. That's my favorite part.
You think she's joking? She's not.
No. It's best when Chris cooks me food and does all the work.
Well, and last year we also had to mix up a bunch of blender bottles full of additional samples.
Yes, and we brought them over to them.
Yep.
And this year we just sent extra people and still made Holly do all the work. Sorry, Holly.
GGB says, how long does sauerkraut bubbles stay good for once? Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know.
That's a really good question. I do not know.
We actually don't eat sauerkraut, but we could.
Holly says we mixed more on Friday after the expo because we went through most of the samples we took.
That's crazy for a Friday.
Yeah, it is. Dr. Maitreya says, are you all ready for this weekend coming? Because I can say I certainly am not.
Me not either.
We need to start packing. And
we need to do laundry first.
Yeah.
And then start packing. I almost put the laundry in today, but I'm like, I'll just do it when we get home.
I deliberately did not run the 3D printer today because we were going to be shooting the stuff and I didn't want the...
I also didn't run the vacuum today.
Oh, well, we can turn it on now.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I forgot to put lipstick on. Whoopsie. I must have left that with my watch.
Okay. You don't have you do have your watch.
I drove home to get it.
Okay. Holly says, anything for you, Miriam. All right. So, looking forward to this weekend. We'll be at Keto Palooza. Holly and Lisa will be at
the obesity help.
Yep. And yeah, we will be doing our longer live stream tomorrow night. It'll be at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. So come and join us then, and we're going to go. So you all have a fantastic day.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.